Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 42 of our pure logic playthrough of the Artisan of Glimmith. We have solved 363 puzzles so far. We are so close to the end of the Palisades. Can we complete it this episode? I don't know. We've got some hard puzzles that we are going to have to tackle. We've got a 5, we've got a 7, and over here we see we have a 4. Let's start with the 4. Let's ease into it. We have a Gemini and we have some Palisades. Now, these Gemini, they've been kicking my butt every now and then. But let's go into optimistically. We're gonna get this, folks. We're not gonna have one episode for just this puzzle. Hopefully, this has to grow down and over. This is a corner, so that is a dead end. This is a hallway. This grows. That is a dead end. That is a shape. This is already a wall, so it grows. At minimum there, this is a dead end, so that is done. This can continue to grow. We are now into Gemini land, folks. We're in Gemini land. So this is going to be at least a T, so it's going to grow. Does it grow into here? Does it grow this direction? If it grows this way, it has to grow this way. I mean, we can make them both Fs. That works, but they could keep growing. I mean, the F does seem realistic. Let's look down here. These connect together, or these connect together. If these connect together, what does this do? It makes it go like that. If these connect together, what does this do? I mean, I don't know if it really does much of anything other than this is just a solo. I don't see a problem. We have a corner here. These two are part. Okay, so this is not a 1. These are connected because there's a wall here, so this part has to be open. This one is also connected because there's a wall here, so this has to connect. So now we are at least in a corner shape. I could make it an S, so we could do something like that. But that breaks down here because these can't all connect together. I could do this. We're corner, but now this guy's broken. I could do this and corner like that. That seems okay. Nope, that's a dead end. That becomes a dead end. That does not work. So what if we do... Nope, this can't. These two then get together. That's a dead end. This is a different shape altogether, then that's broken. Okay, I think that's a good... This is a good... If these are together, what are my options? This comes out, then this is a shape, and it goes like that. And that breaks this. This is all valid over here, but this is broken. That's option 1. Option 2 is these are connected. As soon as these are connected, that's connected. What goes here? Nothing. It's a 1. That's broken. Another way I can think about it, there's a wall here. These are connected no matter what. These two are connected. So what I just was showing is these two cannot be connected. If these two are connected, then this gets all part. So these are the two that are connected. This could connect across. And then we have an S shape. That's valid. That is valid. But we could also make it the S. No, we can't make it the S shape that way. This one, can this go this direction and make an L? And the answer is, this is all messed up. There's no way I'm gonna get this shape into there. So the question is, does this connect up or connect down or both? It's not its own cell. I think we have a problem if we connect down. If we connect down, this is a corner. So I have to do something like that. I could do this. I mean, so I guess I could do that shape right there. That's viable. That meets the requirements. By the way, this does have to come up here. The other option is we just make S's. That's viable. Maybe we come back to this shape here. Can this not connect to this? Can I draw this line? Well, let's start simpler than that. This is already a corner. This is connected. So this is, we have to have this. Now, can I do this and make these shapes work together? I have a T and I have an S. How am I going to combine these shapes into a uniform shape? And the answer is I can't. I could make this a P. I can't make this a P. I can make this a super long S. I can't do that. This cannot connect here. I think we start with that. This cannot connect because of this line here. So, all that to say, I do have to take this. As soon as, now this is also connected here. I don't want to really. So I'm at least at a minimum of an F. I can now do this and I am an F on both sides. But I could also extend and extend. So there's no restriction that goes the things. What this can't do is I cannot take, this cannot take here and that can't take here. That's off limits. All right, here's a question. This is a corner. These are not connected now. This takes this one. This is a corner. It takes here. Ooh. We now, this does have to come up. It has to connect to here. This has a square piece. This has to have a square piece. This has to grow. This has to grow. This cannot take that. And this cannot take that. That is the shape, and we leave those open. We found it. And we completed our window. We've made it gold. And it did not take us the entire episode to get there, folks. Let's keep going on number 5 here. Oh, my favorite combination. Rose windows and Palisades. These are my 2 absolute favorite rule sets. Rose windows, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 regions exactly. We have to have both a circle and a square in every region, and we must observe the Palisade rule. So let's come with this one. This is going to be part of a region. It must grow. As soon as it comes out, we need a corner. That's a corner. It goes. This has to grow. This has to grow. This has to grow. This has to grow. All of that so far is a hard requirement all the way to here. Every bit of that. Now, this is part of a region, so we'll make it part of this region. Could it be there? Now, this is already, this does have to be part of this because there's already a corner there. These are not in the same region, so this has to come up. As soon as this comes up, that is a edge. It could go this direction. It could go that direction. I don't know which way. These come together. This has to come out. This cannot go back. That's not a region. This has to come out. I mean, this could just flat out be a region. We have no, same here. That could just be a region. If this went this way, then this would have to come up, this would have to come up, this would have to come up, and these would have to connect. And that would make a valid region. That would be a valid region. If this came up, and then it would have to come over, up, over, and it would connect. Also a valid region. These are connected. There's a wall here, so that's a connection path. All right, where does this get a circle? If I come down, I could do that. I think that's going to create problems elsewhere. And I could just do that. That's all valid. I'm actually kind of expecting that is the case. If this came over, this would have to come down. This would have to come down. And this would have to come down. That is a problem. This cannot go that way. So these are connected. As soon as these are connected, they either both go up or they both go down. If they both go down, it creates a square. And there's no circle or square in it. So they both go up like this. And these are connected. This connects out. This cannot be part of the region. So that is the... Oh, this is a square though. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. We've got some logic problems here, folks, because this has to come out. Yeah, wait. Back up here. Let's start with this. This comes out. I'm going to go ahead. These have to connect here. If this comes over, it must come down. It could go back, though. It did not have to zigzag. The only reason this had to zigzag is it couldn't go back. So when we did this one, it came out, it had to have a corner. It had to come down. This one had to have a corner, it has to come out. This one could not go back up because there was a corner here. So it had to go down. It couldn't go over because there had to be a corner here. And that's what causes, this one does not have, there's nothing that says that when this one came over here and it comes down, there's nothing that said, this is not a forced wall. This could come back. So this does come out. It does not have to come out. So if these, so this is the logic. If these two are together, they either both have to go up or they both have to go down. Or they yin yang. But then that orphan's there. If I go this direction, that orphan's there. So these together, I think, are the problem. I kind of want to explore that a little bit more. But I'm interested over here too. These are connected. This is a wall. As soon as this is a wall, this is connected. All right. Can these not be connected? If these are not connected, how does this grow? I mean, these are connected. Now this could grow down and just connect all that together. It could grow up. If it did that, then that would be the end of the region. So no matter what, whether it takes this one or not, well, if it doesn't take this one, okay. So this is a good question. If it takes this one, it can't take this one, which means it would have to use this blue and come around that way. If it doesn't take that one, it takes this one, and then this blue has to get a red circle over here somewhere. So the question is, does the red circle take this blue or this blue? Better question, which blue does this take? I cannot take this blue. We've already connected these together. I could zigzag my way down here and try to get out, but as soon as I do that, I orphan this blue from any other red. So these are together. Could we do something like this? No, that doesn't create a corner. If I take this one, I can't take that one. If I take this one, this is orphaned. These can't connect. That's if these connect, what is this a region of? And then that, I mean, this, don't worry about that one. That could connect down still. But what about this? If I connect here, it's a dead end. If I connect here, it's a wall. So these two do not connect. So where does this connect? I could connect here, but then they both can't connect down and they both can't connect up. So these don't connect. This does come in here, which means that is the wall right here. This has to connect this way. And that's that region. These both have to connect down. This cannot connect here, so that connects there. That's a circle. It could go there. But here's what we're gonna do. This has to extend, It can't connect to these. There's a wall there that's not the same region. So that's the region. This has to go out this way, and they connect. That's a region. All right, we're getting there. We are getting there. We have 2 blues and 2 reds, 2 squares and 2 circles left to combine. This is connected already. So this region goes with this region. Now this region has to extend. This region has to extend. It can't go backwards. It has to go here. This comes here. That now has everything it needs. It does not have to extend anymore. And it actually can't extend anymore because these are all corners. This has to come out. It has to turn. It needs a blue still. It has to come out. So this needs more. It has to turn. This has to turn. So it comes here. I'm going to take this off for a second. This is not the same region as this. So this comes out like this. This is not the same region. This comes out like that. How do we fix the rest? This can't be here. This has to be a different region, which means this has to take all of that because that has to be a corner. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let's get some extra colors in here. I need a purple or something. There we go. Woo! Do we dare? Do we dare start the number 7? Folks, it's too early in the episode to end. We have to do it. We have Precision 5, we have Palisades, and we have Polyominoes in the house. All right, Precision 5 means there are 100 squares, 100 cells, 20 regions. All of the ones that we see here are pentominoes. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Half of the regions are defined by the pentominoes. Now, this guy is actually a gimme. We have a plaza. Has to take all of that. By the way, that's a precision 5. Boom. Done. Now let's look at this guy. He has to grow. He could grow. He can't go horizontal, so he's going to go vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to grow at least 1 down. So even if I don't go all the way up, I have to go down. Same thing's true here. If it went all the way down, 1, 2, 3, it'd have to go here. So these are at least part of that region. And these are not part of the region. This has to grow. Ooh. This doesn't do that. And if it does, it can't go that way. It can't go this way. So it has to come down. It has to come over. It can't go that way. It has to come down. That's the shape. So this one comes up. That's the shape. This is a corner. It comes out. Okay. We take it. We take the logic told us what to do. This is a corner, so it's going to grow out that direction. This P, wow. I think it's going to have to come down here and grab this down here. It can't, the P can't go up because it can't take, we can't do that. We can't go this way. We can't join to that one at all. So it has to come down. This is the leg of the P. We can't grow that way, so that is the P. The U, by the way, this has to grow this direction. This is a corner. It can't be part of this one, so that will be there. The U could go around the T. That's going to break the T. We can't do that. That breaks that one. We can't do that. That breaks the T. This breaks the T. We could do this. The T would extend out that way. That breaks the T here. I can't do that one. This is not valid. What about like that? That becomes a dead end. But what about the T? I don't think that works for the T. Can't. The T could. The T could get just barely out. So this may be what it is. Let's start with this here. This is a corner. These are all part of it. And by the way, if the shape, it would have to be if this is part of the U, it has to be all of the U. So the U can't make it over here. This is not part of the U. I do feel like the U is this one. It has to go around the T. The U's not coming up here. Going around this way breaks the T. Going around this way breaks the T. This is the only way we don't break the T. Well, I say that we can do the T. That's okay. But there was another way we could not break the T, right? I thought there was one more way we could do it without breaking the T. That breaks the T. That does not. By the way, these cannot be the same shape. Just draw those lines there. I feel like the logic is so close here, but I'm scared I'm gonna miss an arrangement of the U, and then I'm relying on luck. That is valid. That is not valid. And then any other thing, I can't take the T. I feel like this is the only valid way to do the U. And then that goes that way. The T has a couple different orientations. It can do that, or it can do that. It doesn't take this one. No, it can't do this. That breaks there. So this comes out. So the T now has to do this. This grows. These are together. Ooh. That's a problem. What takes this region? This is a 4. If I take that, this is orphaned. Corner, it could be a corner like this. Yeah, nope. It can't be a corner like that. Because then this would have to, you can't do that. It's a corner like this. Yeah, I feel like this U logic here I'm not comfortable with. I feel like I'm not seeing all the permutations. Let's leave that alone for a second. I'll come back to it with a fresh pair of eyes. Let's look at this U. I don't want to look at U's, but can we do this? Yeah, that could still be an F pentomino. That's a valid shape. What about that? It puts pressure on the Z, but I think it's okay. I don't see a whole lot. That's not really feeling very comfortable. This Z is not part of this. These could be the same shape, by the way. Well, not like that, but there's some. I'm sure there's some orientation. I guess maybe that's the question. Can these be the same shape? If these two are on the Z, then one of these has to be on the Z. Because there's 3 on a diagonal. So these are 2 different Z's. That's interesting. That's an interesting. How do I do this? I guess I could do something like that, but the U doing that's a problem there. Same thing here. I can't do that. That works. That works. Then this would grow. The U would come around this way. Then this does something like that. Nope, that breaks that. Like this. We'd have to do something like that to get that hallway to work. There's a lot of pressure here. Definitely a lot of pressure. So this is how I think the U has to go. How do I prove that? My other option is the U this direction. This direction. I think this right here is just flat out impossible. Because this Z, I mean, this Z is just, it's crushed. I mean, there's no way you're getting this Z. I mean, yeah, you cannot do that. Can the U even take this one? Like, even this feels like this kills the Z. I mean, the only way I can see the Z, I mean, that right there breaks that shape. I think this is the only way this Z works. That, and then this forces the U like this, and this forces the F like that. Then we have a V, then we have a I, we have a P. How is this now? This is weird. How in the world does that work? Did I make a mistake with this P logic somehow? Did I make a logic mistake way, way, way back here? Because this does not seem solvable. I feel like I did. I feel like I made a logic mistake a long time ago. Well, this doesn't work. I mean, I mean, how do I make a U and not orphan this? I mean, I can do that, but then, I mean, I can't make a T. There's no way you make a T in here. I mean, none of this works. And it really feels like I did something wrong here to get to this section. Let me back up. I just want to check this logic. Maybe it was correct. I feel like I may be on a flimsy foundation. Let's just revert. Yeah, we've been playing around a lot. I'm just going to revert to... Well, we did a lot of playing around. Yeah, all the different ways we could do a U. Yep. Let's back it up here. All right. I want to start right here. This 5, this I, it can't, we know it can't go horizontal. It has to take at least these two. It could take one more of each. It could go all the way up, but these 3 have to be part of that. This has to come out. It's going to be part of this long S. That can't grow this direction. That's solid. There's no way this goes over here. So that means it has to come down. That is the 3 length, which means now it has to extend either to the right or to the left. It can't go to the right. So that is forced. That's good. This is forced. That's solid. This is solid. That goes there. That has to be there. I'm perfectly happy with all this logic. All right, now we're looking at the P. The P cannot extend down to the right at all. Can the P take this in any way? That's the logic I need to look at real quick. No, this corner is forced. We cannot make a P with that. We can make a W, but that's not. We can't make a P that direction. We can't make a P. The P has, how else can I make a P? There is no other way. That is correct. And this has to connect out. That is correct. This is all solid. Oh, that is not solid. This is not solid logic. Whoa. Why did I just draw lines here? That is bad logic. Okay, we start here. I drew a line here saying, oh, this has to... No. This could be a P. Okay. Bad logic. You guys were yelling at me way back then. Why'd you draw the lines? Why didn't you stop me, folks? This is your fault. This is your fault. You should have stopped me. No, it's not your fault. It's my fault. Okay, this changes things. We found a logic gotcha. Let's go back to the U now. Can this be the case? It can. It can still do that, except for the T is still a problem. This is still valid. But I want to do a quick exercise here. If this were the U, 1, 2, 3, I can't take this one, so I have to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are these this is a P. This would come out like this. And I got a weird, I mean, this is really hard to make an F. Like impossible hard. If I do it like that, this is possible. And we can do that, but now Z. How do I make a Z here? Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to. There's a line of pressure from the top to the bottom. When we did this pattern, how did we do the F here? That forced this around like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, and then now this creates a lot of pressure for the U. So we're either creating pressure on this U or this U and this Z. This Z is also very pressured. I feel if we do this, we can take some pressure off of this Z. This could do that. And I mean, I think, and then this U would be here. But again, that's going to put the pressure on this U. Because this U could do something like this, but that doesn't work with this T. And this does not work with the U. This is the U that really is giving me a fit. If it comes out like this, the T is stuck like this, and that created problems down here. Like this U is the bane of our existence. There's an orientation I'm not considering. All right, what are I mean, I can't do this. We've looked at this. This seems to work. Until it doesn't. Which is right here. This doesn't work. I can't get a T in there. This can't get a T. I mean, I guess we can look at what are the different ways we can do T's. Like that breaks the U. Like this, I can't get the U in here. I mean, part of me wishes this could have gone in this shape, but then this would be orphaned. That right there, that cell would have been orphaned if this went this direction. Because that feels like, oh, I could have done that, and I could have done the P a different direction. But this guy could not go horizontal. It had to go vertical. And so this had to go vertical. Yeah, and it can't go that way. But this is, so the T could go there. The T could do this. How does that work for this U? I mean, that's in no man's land. The T goes like this. Okay, let's look at that. Is this viable? I think we have a problem with this. Because this has to grow that way. I guess it would be a P. This would come out that way. This comes out. That's our F. That's our U. I mean, this is working. How did I not see that this orientation would work? Why did I not think this U orientation? Like, why did I not see that U orientation? This U orientation was there all along. I think I even looked at it and I said, oh, I said the T couldn't work. I wasn't thinking, yeah, the T could work. It wasn't until I played around with the T that I realized that this was about, I was discounting this orientation because I couldn't see how to draw the T. That was the problem. Okay, this is much better. At least we see it. All right, this Z, it's going to be like this. This Z cannot go here, so it's going to come down. No, it does not. It goes here. That's the Z. This is a S. This is a... like that, probably? Okay, these have to go together. This does not have to connect here. This could go... No. This can't go here because it has to keep going. Yeah, so this does go there. This is a P of... no, it's a hallway. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got to go this way like that. This comes around, makes a Z. I got a line missing somewhere there. Wow! Why could I not? I had the logic. Now, I was glad I went back and saw that this was a false line right here. I had drawn this line in here that it turned out to be right, but that was not required. So we went back and did it correctly. I'm so glad we found that logic error. I feel like we did come through this with the correct logic. And with that, we have completed the Palisades with the +2. There might be some more hidden around here. We will do a cleanup pass at some point in the future. We've got 2 paths to go forward. We can go over here into this region and work on that one, or we can go into this region and start working on that one. I don't know which way I'm going to go. You guys are going to have to come back next time to find out with me. Thanks everyone who's been going along with us for the journey. Hope you're enjoying it. Like, subscribe. Love the comments. I appreciate you guys. Bye-bye.